So here's the thing, right? Surgery, nose, chopped off, didn't happen. Unsurprisingly, it's still there. I can still breathe through the fucking, I don't know, like a funnel my nose is. Do I have a story for you, motherfuckers? So, I get to the surgery place, and I'm already in a relatively fragile mental state, I guess, right? And I do all these, like, checks and everything. Everything's all good. This is the fucking day of, right? It's the 14th. I've had my blood taken. I've gone through all the checks. I get in, and I notice, like, stuff's a little bit smaller. It's a private clinic, so it's smaller than... It's not a big hospital. I went to, it's a little bit smaller. There's no one in there. And then the first thing, like... I called up to get, like, as many things as we can. This is happening in London, so we've got a hotel room booked. But the surgery is just, like, a day. And then I get let out the same day. I get there at 7:30 in the morning, and then, like, we do our stuff. I get my Voldemort nose chopped off, replaced with someone else's, all that. Not really. But, and then I leave. Like the same day. After, like, the anesthetics and shit wear off. And I'm good. I get prepped to leave, and I leave the same day. The easiest thing in the world, right? And then and I've called about it, all good. So we get to this like clinic and everything, and they say like, oh yeah, we'll get you prepped for your overnight stay and everything. And I went, huh? No. We listen, buddy. I specifically asked you about this. We're not doing that. And I said I called like twice. I called the clinic twice, and they said it's not an overnight thing. What the fuck is going on? And they said, yeah, it's sus, it's sketchy. And they went, oh, okay. I guess we'll ask the doctor when he's here. And I went, like, motherfucker, like, Ashley's, like, sitting in the waiting room, like, hearing all this, and we both look at each other and go, are we gonna, like, dude, London hotel, like, we're gonna get a, maybe? Who fucking knows? Before I go under, we're gonna get an answer on, like, if she's even staying in the city or not, or needs to get the fucking train back, which is expensive as shit. And then, like, dude, insane. So I'm, like, confused as hell, and I go, I don't know. And then we cycle through a bunch of nurses and stuff, and then I speak to the anesthesiologist, I speak to the nurse person, I speak to a different nurse. None of them know yet. The anesthesia, no one knows yet. And then the doctor comes in. It is now 10 fucking minutes, like 15 minutes before the surgery is due to start. And I speak to the doctor. Actually, no, it was like the time, technically. So this is the time I get to speak to the doctor for like half an hour. I noticed that while I was with the anesthesiologist, like all the consent form that you gotta sign, you know, allow yourself to be cut open. Just a little easy docket thing. But there was shit misspelled, dude. I don't know why this bugged me so much, because it really doesn't matter. But how? Like, the word "and" was misspelled. And, like, the word it was like, I understand that, you know, and then a bunch of shit, but the word understand was misspelled, dude. Ah! So anyway, and then, I finally get to speak to, after signing everything, I'm, like, borderline freaking the fuck out. I'm texting Ashley, like, dude, what? I'm freaking out. I don't know if I can do this. This is scary. Because, like, no one seems to know what the fuck's happening. There's shit misspelled on the forms. The anesthesiologist doesn't know shit. I don't know. Hey, I'm scared. I'm in a small room alone with, like, I'm in, like, the surgery. I'm in the garb. I'm in, like, the robe. I'm in these compression socks. I'm in fucking underwear that's see-through, so they, like, absorb moisture, I think. I don't know. They haven't changed my underwear and socks, dude. Fucking crazy. Anyway, I'm in all this stuff. Sitting in a room alone. The surgeon finally comes in. I hear him coming. He's like, "Where's my patient?" He's actually a genuinely nice guy. And and they were like, "You're right over there." I heard it, and he comes through the door. And he goes, "Right, how are we feeling?" I go, "Scared." I immediately just go, scared. Like, that's how I say it. And he goes, "Yeah, you know, that happens." And I spoke to the nurse about being nervous about it and everything. And he goes, like, "Well, you know," he opens my report and, like, all the stuff that we wrote down in the meeting. And he was like, "All right, so the main thing is we're looking to straighten out your nose." And I went, "Oh, huh? Huh? No? No? That's not what we talked about even remotely." I get that, and I actually spoke to Ten about this, and he sent me a text over because I immediately freaked out and told him and went like, is this like a fucking, is this normal? And he actually said, like, actually, it's not that big of a deal because surgeons often, like, that's why you see them is to review notes and stuff. But, like, I was not in a good mindset for this. And this wasn't, like, during the thing. So I was immediately just, oh my god, no one knows what they're doing. Like, no one that I've talked to has had any fucking clue what's going on. It was around the moment of, like, I said, like, no, that's not what it's not the main thing we're doing. But as I was saying that, I was, like, slowly, like, I could feel myself, like, on the edge of crying, that I was just so fucking scared. I was just so scared I was about to cry. And, then I did. And was like, dude, I explained in the same way. I'm like, dude, I'm freaking out. Your form's misspelled. No one knows what's going on. Like, I thought we were doing, like, a day stay thing. I called twice. They said we were doing this. They still don't know. Are we doing that? I still don't know. And then he went, like, yeah, you can see in my notes that's drawn in paper that me and you talked. But this is, like, 3 months ago. So, like, 3 months ago, he made a comment that was like, oh, you need to stay overnight. Is that cool? And I went, yeah. And then he wrote it down. And because of that comment, like, 3 months ago, even though I checked more recently, he was like, yeah, no, dude, me and you signed off on this. Like, you knew. And I was, motherfucker, you told... I checked. I checked and they said a different thing. But I didn't have time to get those words out because I was in such a state that the doctor was, like, standing over me and just went, like, I don't think we should do this. And I went, yeah. And he was like, if he explained what went wrong, and it was like, yeah, basically the people at the desk that I called in the actual clinic, we'd been for, like, 2 separate consultations, and the first one was going to be a closed rhinoplasty, and then the second one was going to be an open rhinoplasty. We changed what we were doing, and then they read from the first notes. Anyway, that's where the confusion happened. But either way, at the time, before knowing all of this shit, freaked me the fuck out. And I, like, basically just had a little panic attack, and they left me alone in the room for, like, 10 minutes, and it was just so I could deal with stuff. And then the really nice nurse came in and said, like, wanna go? I went, yep. got changed, fucking left. New phobia unlocked. Oh, basically, to put you guys at ease, I spoke to Ten, like, pretty much directly after, and he said that a lot of the times the way that this would work is they'd check the notes, like, first thing in the morning, and then really not check them and just go, and then just check them between patients, right? So they like, them not knowing immediately, the surgeon not knowing immediately was that, and then a clerical error happened, which is kind of nothing. You know, it's a receptionist. You know, like, there's going to be a couple mistakes every now and then. It's not like the surgeon that's doing it, and the only person that really matters in this is, like, the surgeon and the anesthesiologist, right? So, realistically, they didn't make any mistakes. Like, I'm confident their work would have been good. But the spelling, that also, I was told that, like, because it's not really a legal thing, it's not like a contract I'm filling out. It's more just, like, that I'm aware what's going on, and I'm in sound mind and everything. That it's really not a very big deal. And no lawyer has ever looked at that. And it was essentially just someone that typed it up that doesn't have, like, a legal backing or anything like that. That form really doesn't matter, and no one's checking it for, like, proper anything. Like, it's not an important form. So, red flags, sure, freak me out in the moment, but it's probably okay. And if I do it, I'm probably gonna do it with the same people, but for now it freaked me out and I didn't do it. So I'm just gonna sit with it for a bit. You know what I mean? You think you overreacted? No. I think that I reacted completely appropriately in the moment. But I have no blame to lay on them, is my thing. I don't think that anything was wrong, but I knew that, like, go with your gut sort of thing in the moment, like, I trusted my instincts on that. I made the right choice for the moment, you know what I mean? Like, me and Ten are relatively good friends, and, like, he did sort of approach it like, hey, I know that this freaked you out before, but I have some opinions, and I've worked in this, so, like, he did the thing of, like, oh, I'm sorry, and I like that happened. And he went, but realistically, that shit ain't a big deal. So, fair enough. There you go. There's my medical professional. Just for those that you don't know, if you don't know who Ten is, he's like a surgeon in America that I know that has had. I just know him. He's a friend. There's nothing else that ever happened between us. There's nothing. Yep. He doesn't. I don't even think he knows that I stream. He's your sugar daddy. Well, ex-sugar daddy. Listen, is it that weird? Is it that weird for a bro to have a sugar daddy? Just one of the boys. Is that strange? Anyway, there is that.